Welcome back to Court Farm for episode 5 with me, MrSealyp. Carrying on from the last episode, we're heading down the lane. I've got KCC's loader tractor, and on the back I've got the seed trailer. I've been saying for the last few episodes we're going to go and collect. So I thought rather than grab the Land Rover, the loader tractor was there. I know the Court Farm have got their telehandler, which we can use, which isn't a problem, but I thought we've got the seed bags on the back of this. I did look at getting a different seeder for KCC to use. I've mentioned in the last episode, and there was the case, is it 5100 by ARM team? It's 5 point something meters wide, but weirdly, like I said before, on certain farms, certain maps it works. You don't even notice, you think, oh yeah, it's alright. It looked absolutely huge on the back of this tractor, and when I tried to pull out of the shop yard with one, I think it was 300 to lease. It was so wide. I don't know if it doesn't seem so wide because it doesn't fold up. It was too big. So we're going to use Court Farm seeder. That's the plan. So when we get down here, what we're going to be doing first? Oh yeah, I've got the jet wash the equipment. Need to get the baling done for KCC, and then we're going to get the seeding done, but I wanted to bring all this down to make sure we've got everything we need. I'm probably going to use, might even use this actually for doing the seeding. There's going to be I say a lot of backwards and forwards, I don't know. I'm trying to decide as well whether or not we put fertiliser in and get I'm never quite certain. I've never done it that way with precision farming on. We'll see. I'll drop that there. So we were going to bring out the harvester just ever so slightly to give that a wash because they've got the jet wash now. So I'm just thinking it might be easier to just seed if I just put seed into the seeder and then do the fertilising as a separate nitrogen pass afterwards. The other thing I'm not sure about is whether or not, can that reach from here? Yeah, we're right. Cool, let's get that done. I was listening to the radio on the way down. On the way down to the store, not just now, on the way back. There was a thing on the local radio. You know, we went through Home Farm in the last episode. On the radio, wanted any information relating to a trespasser who's been seen driving through Home Farm. This individual was driving a red tractor believed to be a case with a spreader on the back. Please contact local constabulary if you have any information as to the identity of the individual. I kind of made an assumption that Court Farms would have a kind of, or Court Farm, sorry, would have an ongoing relationship with the local farms and farmers around them. I should have asked. You know the saying, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. We probably should have asked permission. I shouldn't have just driven through someone's yard and assumed it would be okay. That was not on. So I feel very bad. Thank you, HMG. I was reported. Someone grasped. But that's alright. What I was doing was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Do both of these actually while we're here. And the trailer, I guess. It's interesting, I've said this before, I'm watching Kaleb Cooper and a few of the other farms. I know Millennial Farmer, they normally do it at the end of the season. They'll do it, they've got like a jet washing sort of concrete pad, and they have a company sometimes comes out and does some of the machinery for them, with them. And Kaleb Cooper, they're always cleaning and washing their stuff. They've just finished doing all their spraying. And both the sprayers, because all the spray, the various different applications are quite sticky and stick on the vehicles and can cause corrosion and all sorts of stuff. So they give them like multiple washes. and it's that preventative maintenance thing of making sure the vehicles are clean, that you can get to all the various different grease circs and everything that needs, you know, bolt heads to see if anything's sheared or damaged or whatever. I mean, I've said that before about doing it, and SAINSBURY'S was always fastidious about cleaning her machinery. And I made a comment in one of the videos about it, doing it once before. And the amount of people that messaged me and said that they run farms, they're on farms, they've worked on farms, they never clean their machinery. I was really surprised at that. I thought that would be one of those things that just happened, that just got done, you know. But apparently not. So yeah, that surprised me a little bit. Now, can I get in there and then once I'm halfway, turn it so I don't hit the front of the harvester. Oh, squeaked it in. And while we're in there, actually, we might as well, just trying to think if I can get the angle just right here. Or should I just sting it straight to the back of the barn? Let's put it right at the back there, out of the way. We'll grab the seeder. Now the seeder, unfortunately, the one they've got here at Court Farm, I think has a power harrow on it, doesn't it? I'm just thinking, I don't know whether or not. It's only a 3 metre, isn't it? I don't know whether or not my the loader tractor will have enough oomph for this. Don't think it's got anything in it. Probably wouldn't hurt to give this a wash as well, actually, just to make sure everything's yeah, we're going to need a front weight, definitely. Yeah, it's got the power harrow, isn't it? The problem is with these, you can't disconnect the power harrow and just run the seeder on its own because it sits too close up to the back of the machine. I'm pretty sure it has to run as a complete unit. So, right, let's do that. Just so we can see everything nice and clearly. Make sure everything's in alignment, nothing's twisted, broken. No shear bolts have sheared. Everything seems to be in order. So I guess the question is, let's drop that down. If we do that and that, so we can disconnect that. So that's the power harrow section on its own. But yeah, I'm sure it only attaches to this. You can't, because the angle of it, you can't run it without the power harrow. I need to switch that over to canola. Let's open the cover. Now, I can just pull alongside here and we can just automatically get the seed in, or I can go more realistic and lift the bags up and put them in, which, I mean, technically I should. You know what, I'm going to. I don't often do it. I'm probably going to lower this to the ground because whatever we are going to use on this, we're going to need to put a front weight on. So let's lower that down for the moment. Do that. And then we will do that and that. Thank you very much. Not sure how wide I need to go with this actually. Probably gone too wide. That's curious. Oh, there we go. Probably shouldn't have done that. Should have taken it from the back, shouldn't I? Oh, it's alright. I'll get the upper soft line. Why did I not think it was going to do that? Top farmer me. bags over the top of there. Without slipping. Go on. Perfect. You know, I was thinking about well, I said in the last episode about the rabbits. I suppose there's no reason at all why we couldn't get the chickens sorted out as well, because we have got the wheat left over, haven't we? So we could do that. And what I'm going to do is go and get a front weight. I'll give this a go. If it hasn't got the oomph, that's fair enough. We'll use we can use the case, but we haven't used this one yet, so I thought, you know what? Just pull it forward a little bit as it is. 1,800 litres, we should be okay. The other thing we need to double check as well is cover variable seed rate automatic. Deactivate automatic seed rate. Nope, need to leave that as it is. That's good. Turn that off. Disconnect that. Busy old yard there, isn't it? That could probably do with a bit of a wash as well. I'll sort that out later on. Right, so seeding stuff, that's all good to go. We're ready there. I need to head down the hill and let's get this baling sorted, because obviously that's been sitting. Once I've got this baled, we can collect it whenever we want. Looks like the sun is coming out though. We haven't got rain coming, so it's not imperative that we get it done straight away, but we're going to get it done. So we'll jump on this. I don't need the windrower. We are on the correct farm. We are on KCC. This is not a fast bale, quick bale. This is the ones you still have to stop, but we need to unfold it. Turn it on. Drop it down. Oh, bale size. What bale size should I do? Turn it off for a second. 125, 150, 180. We'll go middle of the road. We'll do 150s. Yep. So I leave that open with the bale counter on. No, we can always come back onto it later on, can't we? Let's go. You know what this hasn't got, or if it has got it, I didn't get any. No. Oh, it's because it was a baling contract. I was going to say it didn't have it give me the option for silage additive, but it wouldn't do because it was just borrowed equipment. Be nice when the sun comes out, wouldn't it? Once that drops down, I can carry on. Whoosh. Oh, that was the thing I need to check. Did I put automatic drop on? Turn on automatic drop? Yes. Because it's not too hilly here. So it won't let me pick up that last bit of grass. That's frustrating. Right, I'll come back and tidy that little corner up later on. What's our guess? How many bales we're going to get off this field? So the other thing I do need to check as well. Saying that, where are we taking it to? Wrap the bales and take to Tall Tree Bales. Where's that? Look for the exclamation mark. Oh, there we go. Tall trees. So that's back up the road, isn't it? Oh, past the pub. Or we can actually turn down past where I'm staying. Down the lane there. Is it Summer Lane? And then up that way. Or up past the pub and then turning around that way. But that's where I've got to go to once they're done. So. Let's go. Blimey. Actually, we are going to get quite a lot. This is filling up way quicker than I thought it was going to. There's a lot of grass on this field. I don't know what my guess is now. We're on, that's bale 5 already. I haven't even done a full loop of the field yet. What do you reckon, 40? No, it's going to be more than that, isn't it? Only time will tell. Answer on the postcard. Send them to the Blue Pizza Baling competition. And well, the last strip, last bale, I don't think I'm going to get another full bale out of this. I might do. Oh, it's going to be so close. We are going to. Well, that's the result. Now, I haven't checked. So, even though you might have done the whole, oh, I'm not guessing, you've probably got a number in your head. What did I say about 40, didn't I? Want to change your mind? I'm not sure, you know. I haven't even been mentally counting. I thought, no, I'm just going to, we'll just keep chugging away. So, shall we check? What do we want? We want to go to that. 52. I was 12 out. That's still a fair amount of bales though, to be fair. I'm going to deliver the first load and I'll do my calculations to see if they work. They normally do. It just gives me that idea of how many I need to deliver to fulfill the contract and if we're going to have any spare. The spares I think we'll probably sell, I guess, this time, because we're going to be doing the next field over. We're going to be doing for the silage clamp for Court Farm, so technically we shouldn't need to keep them. I don't know. I suppose it depends what situation, what deal KCC's worked out with Court Farm, because if we are going to bring cows, it depends if we're going to bring some of the cows here and some down the road, or we're going to do them all down the road. If we're going to do them all down the road, it'd be a bit, not cheek, but I guess, I don't know. I mean, I suppose we could work out a deal with regard to contracting rather than payment. It could be a contracting deal where it's, you know, you're trading rather than a payment. It could be an amount of silage, or, you know, I don't know. Just thinking out loud. So I will see you over there when we unload this, and it will give us an idea. I can never remember what this does. Is it 23? No, trying to remember. I've got the I put a little YouTube short up just now. I was sitting there in the man cave thinking, it feels a little bit cold today. I mean, it's not cold. I mean, it's like, I think it's 18 degrees and it's been sort of 20 odd, and the sun's not out. It's a bit overcast. It's not the greatest of days so far. I was sitting there thinking, it feels a little bit nippy in the man cave, so you know, I'm going to put the wood burner on. First burn of the season. First burn in quite a while. I'm trying to think if last year, if I came out during the winter. I came out a few times last year before I transferred everything over, but I don't think I put the log burner on last year. Sounds like a steam engine. I've closed some of the vents down so it lasts longer and just chugs away. It's nice and warm in here. Like I said when I did the video, I've got a little thermal activated fan that sits on top of the stove, and that's what it's designed to do. So when it heats up, it turns on. The fan blows the warm air across the room. So where I'm sitting, there's this lovely warm movement of air around the room. But where I've turned it down a little bit, it's like puff, 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 puff. It sounds like a little steam engine. It's very cool. I'm very pleased. Although I haven't managed to get Farm Dog to come inside. Oh no, he is. He's back inside. I brought his bed out and he's laying on his bed. He probably thinks it's lovely in here now. Nice and toasty. He'll doze off by the fire. Happy days. MrSealyp will be back from her business trip tomorrow. Shall we see? %68 transported for field 107. So that was 24 bales. I'll make a note, 24 bales was 68% complete. So what I'll do is 68% divided by 24, that will give me a percentage per bale, which means I've got another 32% to deliver to complete the contract. And I can work out, I should be able to work out exactly how many bales that comes in at. You might not have seen me do this before. Weirdly, it works 95% of the time. What map was I on where it didn't work? Was it Baling Road Dairy Farming? I don't know what went wrong, but it just wouldn't work. Just done some maths. 68% divided by 24 comes out at 2.83%, so 2.8%. 32% left to deliver, so 32% divided by the 2.8%, which is the bales, comes in 11.4. You can't do a 0.4, so I'm going to have to do 12. If I bring 12 bales back on the next run, that should complete the contract. So 24 and 12, that's 36. out of 52, so we should have a few left over. So I will see you almost in this position momentarily with another 12 bales, and if my maths is right, and if I've got it right, that's what should happen. Now that's based on the fact we're going to keep them. I think we should. I think we should keep them for the time being, put them to one side, and if I speak to Kaleb and Kaleb says no, actually, you know what, we'll get rid of them, then we'll get rid of them. Like I said, I'm contracting. I will do whatever I'm told to do. I just think I'll keep holding for the time being. That probably makes sense. In my head, it does, and then we can get rid of them if we need to. So I'll see you back there in a moment. Shall we see if I was right? 12 bales. Fingers crossed. Contract complete. And we made a little bit on the bales. That's alright. Now, by my calculation, that should leave us 16 bales. So all I'm going to do is load them onto here, get them off the field, and we'll put them up out on Court Farm. Probably up on the side of the hill, actually. Right by where we are. Let's do that. I need to get on with seeding now. That's that contract. Well, I say that contract done. It's not that contract done yet, is it? Really shouldn't be driving off down the road until this is packed away. I'm going to catch that collector on something. A fence post, a gate post, a pedestrian, some poor hiker. 16 bales are off the field. Baling contract is complete on 107. The bales have just been tucked here, around behind the bushes, so you can't see them from the campsite. Not that they're on site. I mean, if people think they're on site, I don't. Whenever I go anywhere, because I'm a farming nerd. Stacks of bales, anything farm related, I love all that. But I can understand why some people might not like it. So what we're going to do? Oh, that's what I was going to do on the way through. We are going to sort out. Oh, actually, what we need to do first, let's get our payment for... Oh, that was paying out way more than I thought. Collect on that. So now I'm thinking, do I? I should have just kept that equipment and taken on another one, shouldn't I? Do I take on a contract on behalf of the boss? Get some more money in the bank. I might do that off camera, actually. Considering that's what I'm here for. I'm here for contracting. I should have kept the other one, shouldn't I? Let's borrow items. Hopefully the stuff will be there. I have no idea. So then what we've got to do now is move over to Court Farm. Onto their payroll. Let's grab the little Claas and see if that will run this. I'll get the front weight on. I'm such an idiot. Anyway. Oh no, that's what I was going to do. Engine off. Where's our trigger? There we go. We were going to get some chickens. We'll get one rooster. This is on behalf of Court Farms. I'm not just doing this. This was suggested. Do you want 49 or should we go for a few less? I don't know. Like I say, if people are going to be visiting, brings it alive, brings the farm alive, doesn't it? So the other thing as well, whoa, blimey, they go miles. How are we going to get through the yard without having spatchcock chicken? I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. Okay, but it already look, that's brilliant. But something for the kiddies. Rabbits. We'll have more rabbit than Sainsbury's. Well, they're more expensive than I thought, actually. Oh no, we don't want 30. Good grief. What should we go with? 10 adults? Let's go with 10 adults. Let's get some baby rabbits as well. 10 as well? Let's do it. Now they're going to need grass. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. think it's just grass they need, isn't it? Is there a light in here? I don't think there is there? Let's have a check. I don't know. They just need their grain. Oh, they need water as well. Chickens don't. They need water. Do we have a water tank here? I don't know if we do. I need to give them water. Grain 60, root crops 10, or grass 100%. So we're going to need grass. So what we're going to do, not in this episode, but next episode. Next episode? Yeah, potentially. We've got the grass field for Court Farm that's going to be done for silage. And that's what Kaleb said we were going to do forage box. So basically a forage wagon. And we're going to bring the grass off the field and we're going to put it into the silage clamp here, compact it and clamp it, but some of the grass as we're bringing it up rather than put it straight into the clamp will feed the rabbits with it, so we can just top that up. There's plenty of grass around the place and we've got a mower, we just don't have a forage wagon, so we'll have to sort that out for KCC. But we have got rabbits, we've got chickens. I've got the trailer there. I'll whiz round to the silo. We'll grab some seed, some wheat, and we'll put some wheat in to feed the chickens. But then we're going to need to definitely sort out a water tanker here, aren't we? I hadn't even thought of that. But anyway, yeah, seeding. We're going to get the seeding done, or at least started. I say done. It's going to take some time because that's only a 3 metre, isn't it? And the larger of the two fields, it's fairly large. Like, so how am I going to do? How do farms do this? How do farms have chickens wandering everywhere? Last, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I think I have. There's a little place out in the Lake District we drive through. Normally on our way through from Deanscale, we take a kind of back route through the countryside, through towards Whitehaven. We go through to Whitehaven. There's a place called Pica. P-I-C-A. Tiny little place. There's a motorbike shop as you enter it, and you know, there's like houses. Just houses. There's nothing else. There's nothing else there. But as you enter Pica, there's chickens just out in the wilds. It's mad. They're out across the road by the verges. I don't know who they belong to, but they're everywhere. Just suddenly reminded me of that. Can I get through the gateway here? Course we can. Course we can. And then obviously once this is all in, they'll be rolling, there'll be nitrogen that will need to be done, but the crop has to be in first. Turn that on, drop that down. Have we got the oomph to pull it? Certainly appears so. I will do my usual couple of runs around the outside. We'll see how we go with regard to seed. We've got plenty. We should be okay. If we open up that, no, that's not telling us, is it? Oh, I know what we need to open up. Let's open up our help menu, and our help menu will let us know. That one there. There we go. Our variable seed rate is automatic. We're on sort of medium at the moment. Medium application. 52 seed per metre squared. So that's canola on whatever the soil type is we're on. Let's have a look on our... So we are currently here. So we're on loamy sand. So there we go. So canola, loamy sand, that's what's required. And then we're going to move on to sandy loam. See how that adjusts as we go on to from the loamy sand to sandy loam. Oh, what was I say? Yeah, that got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. The old Chaz and Dave rabbit song. I always wondered as a kid. I always wondered what that meant and got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. So when I was preparing to do this episode, and that just popped into my head, I thought, we'll do rabbits, and then the song stuck in my head. Apparently it comes from during World War II, when meat was scarce, supermarkets and local butchers would sell rabbit. It was a big thing. People used to eat rabbit a lot. It wasn't, you know, people were kind of because people have rabbits as pets and stuff now, it's kind of, oh no, but people still eat rabbit all over the place, all over the world. Rabbit is eaten. And when they say more rabbit than Sainsbury's, I think the supermarkets would remove parts of the animal so that when it was sold in the shop it looked more appealing. The butchers would leave the head and various different parts of the animal on for one reason, and that was to prove that when you were buying it, you weren't buying cat, because some places were selling cat instead of... I don't know how much truth there is in that, but that apparently is where the saying comes from. Got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. Isn't it weird? But then obviously then you've got the double meaning of rabbit, as in you're rabbiting on, talking too much. But I never knew that. Isn't that amazing? Do like a bit of chatting, Dave. Anyway, I'll have to stop because otherwise I'll start singing. Down a market. No. Happy days. The other one is, I'm going to have to look this one up as well, was Gertcha, the song they did Gertcha. My dad used to say it, my granddad used to say it, Gertcha cow son. What does that even mean? I think Gertcha means like get out of here, sort of, go on Gertcha, get out of it. But cow son, what? I'm going to have to look that up. I'm sure people put it in the comments, but I will look it up and see. Yeah, this is, it's doing it, but it's not a big fan of uphill, is it? So what we'll do is drop that back down. We'll do another round, and then I'll go up and down the field. Just trying to think the best way of doing this with the way that slope is. I mean, to be fair, because it slopes up to this corner, the only way to really do it without it causing too much slow down on the engine would be to go diagonally, kind of that direction. So we're going across this field. Same as I said when harvesting. If you've got very steep hills, you're almost, depending on how steep the hill is, better off going across the hill. But again, it depends on the crop orientation. I'm just thinking if we go diagonally, rather than going up and down the steep bit, we can kind of go across where it's less of a problem. If you can call it a problem. But we are getting our canola in the ground, which is what we needed to do. So our ploughing, we then cultivated, or to get a smoother seed bed. Did we cultivate? Did we roll? I can't remember. We did now. It was rolling, wasn't it? We cultivated, we ploughed, we rolled, we've lined, so our pH level's right. Now we're seeding, and then like I say, then after seeding we can either roll, and then we can do our nitrogen, or we can nitrogen then roll. Doesn't matter, but we'll get the balance right, because as it stands at the moment, if we hop out of here, it should say bottom right. At the moment, pH value is perfect, and our nitrogen at the moment is bad because we've got no nitrogen on there. But now we've got the crop in, it will know what nitrogen needs to be put down to marry up with canola. I'm thinking I'm almost better off at this point turning that off. So taking the power away from the PTO to give us power back to the engine, going up the hill and doing this run down, and then we'll start going diagonally. Just think if we go this way, if I put a strip in this way now, then we'll run our strips off this. There we go, that angle there, that will line up quite nicely. We should be able to go backwards and forwards at 6 miles an hour without putting too much pressure on, because the angle here should stay fairly consistent as we go across. That's what I'm going to do. So, might be audio book time, I'm thinking, because we've got this field to do, which is the smaller of the two fields, and then we've got that field to do. But this kind of, like I say, I was looking on KCC's Instagram. If you go onto KCC's Instagram feed and look at pictures that have been taken, it's a farmhand seeder, and the farmhand seeder only sticks out a little way either side of the tractor. So I'm extrapolating it's a 3, maybe 4 metre seeder. I'm sure the one they've got on Clarkson's farm is a 6. I'm sure it's a 6, but I'm pretty sure KCC's is a 3 or a 4. Anyway, I could be wrong, but so this isn't too far off. And like I said, I was going to go with that case one. Was it 5.4 metres? But because it didn't fold, it was just too big going down the road. It just didn't work. Oh, that was brilliant. So that didn't slow down at all. Now I'm going to use another strip to use a bit of room. Drop that down. I will see you much later. The last tiny little bit is now 3:22 in the afternoon. It's taken a while. Both fields are now done as far as seeding goes. Turn that off. If we go to our map, you can see that our pH level is looking good, but our nitrogen level not so much. That's what's going to have to be changed in the next episode. We're going to have to do nitrogening and then rolling again. But while that's been going, that's been going on, what I did the first field. When I was transferring over to the second field, I decided that I needed to feed the chickens because it seemed a bit unfair. Plus, Court Farm have just, well, I say invested in, well, they have invested. They've invested in a water tank. We need to go and collect that from the store. It's a small one. It's just a homemade one made from an old herbicide IBC. I think it only holds 1,000 litres, but it should be enough. This 671 litres of seed that's in this is from the original. I didn't have to top this up at all. Didn't have to refill it. It's been absolutely spot on the whole time. So this can go back in the shed. Those 2 bags, actually I'm just trying to think what we'd probably do is take them all off and store them, fertilisers there, maybe stick them in the shed there, I don't know, or the back of the shed that the John Deere was in. But the John Deere with the trailer, we have topped up their seed, so the chickens have now got, there we go, chickens food, 10,000 litres. It's got a little bit left here. I think we had 16 in total. This has got about 2,100 left in it. Put this back into the silo, and then what I'll do is I'll whiz out to the store, grab the Land Rover, grab the new old homemade water IBC tank. What I'm going to try, I can't remember if I read it somewhere or if I imagined it. There we go. But I think the little pond, can we get water from the pond here? I think we might be able to. I'm trying to think if there's a water point. Oh, there's the water tank just there, isn't there? Is that a water tank? Well, we can try both. So this will go away. Seeder will go away. Bit of tidying to do. Like I say, that I'm probably going to store that in here. One thing I have noticed, did I say this in the previous episode? Round in that shed behind there, there's bale spikes for the telehandler. So I came around here thinking, oh, I'll grab some forks. That's bale spikes as well. So we've got 2 sets of bale spikes. We've got a silage grab, sort of log fork. But as far as I can tell, there's no pallet forks. It's weird that we've got 2 lots of bale spikes and no pallet forks. Well, yeah, one of those things, but it's a fact. So what we could do, oh, we'll top this up later on. The water is for the rabbits, because like I said, we fed the chickens, but I feel bad that until we get some grass for the rabbits, they're going to need some water, because we might not get into that till tomorrow, into September 2, and I don't want them left with nothing. So I think as it stands at the moment, we'll probably do fertilising, rolling, and we'll start the grass work so we can get some feed for the rabbits, but that'll be September 2, I think. But the hardest task, or the longest task of getting the seeding done, that's in, so we're good now. We've got some other crop types we can look at. I only put canola in because that's what Kaleb had said. We need to get that in quickly, so just kind of went with that and put it in. We have got field bean, linseed. What else is on here? There's a whole load of stuff. But technically we are just starting out, so who knows where we're going to go. We'll need that mower for doing the field. So we don't have a windrower, do we? Short of supplies. Shall go and says we've got forks on the front loader for this. Probably should have swung around and reversed that bit. Is that a water tank there, or is that part of the slurry system? I'm sure it's a water tank. Will that hook up with that weight on there? It will. Cool. I will see you back here in a little while with the water tank, and we'll see if we can get some more out of the pond. Oh, bit of a traffic jam. Head tab cement mixer. Oh, I wouldn't want to be there. It's on the back. We've got the IBC. I don't imagine the rabbits are going to take a lot of water. I don't know, they might do. We can try the pond first. I'm pretty sure that tank by the slurry pit is a water point, but we can try. If we go, just trying to think which way around can we go. Yeah, that's what we got. It says herbicide on there, but it does say it takes everything. We go around this way, avoiding the chickens where possible. Will it allow us to fill up, or is this just for the look? Oh no, we can. Cool. I thought we could. We'll see how much they take. If we need to take any more, I'll go and check that other tank as well. At least we know we got a double point we can get our water from. And then, like I say, next episode, as we move into September 2, we've got a bit more to do. Get some feed for these rabbits. Okay, they took all of it. I wasn't sure if they would or not. I've put the seed bags away, trailers away, John Deere's away. I did put the seed bags in there after all. Just curious as to whether or not mine chicken, mine and mine out. Whoa! Oh, hang on, that's charging me from there. Didn't charge me from the other one, did it? Or did it? That's a bit naughty, isn't it? I'm sure I didn't get the thing come up, did I? But anyway, we have got some water in for the rabbits, so at least they're going to be, you know, it's only going to be 24 hours or so. I mean, technically 10 days, if you think about it, before they get some feed, but we'll be alright. No, it's not charged me here. Oh, I'll come down here. But that's it for this episode. A few more jobs done, complete. I have taken some equipment down and ready to make a start on that other baling contract that I took on behalf of KCC. I'm sure it'll be alright. We'll bring the bales up here, and then when we sort ourselves out with a farm, yeah, we won't have a farm, will we? If we go for that pasture, all we'll own is the pasture down at Stonebridge. We won't actually own the farm because that's a bit more expensive, but then we can move the bales out. As long as people at Court Farms here don't mind us leaving them there for the time being, we should be okay. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.